Hello and welcome to today's video series on Zoom meetings and Zoom in the classroom. The focus of this series is to put a straightforward approach at using the nuts and bolts of Zoom, and that could be from a very basic account, a licensed account, and an account that's integrated with the learning management system. In this case, we'll be using Blackboard, but this would work for any LMS that's out there. So what we're going to look at specifically is a licensed account that has 300 users. Most of the sessions that we'd be running would not have 300 users, but we're going to go through what you need to do to set up your account when you first get in. Now, the remaining videos in this series are going to talk about the tools, the recording, breakout rooms. We'll have a discussion about co-host and moderation. And then there's also 3 levels of Zoom in the classroom. Level 1 discusses how you just do a webcam stream of what you're saying in the classroom with no interaction with the students. Level 2 is how you can add presentation to that webcam streaming. And then level 3 is how you can stream, you can have your presentation, and you're also engaging students that are remote and in the classroom all at the same time. So it's all here in this series. Stay tuned, watch each of those as you go through to learn each piece of Zoom meetings and Zoom in the classroom. So one of the first things that we're going to do is get into our Zoom account. You go ahead and get your Zoom account logged in and you get to your profile page. We'll discuss how to set up meetings and things like that in another video, but this particular video we're going to focus on some of the specifics that you're going to want to put in there. One of the first is your profile picture. Your profile picture is helpful because once you put it in, it's going to also show when you are in a meeting without your camera. So this is the image that would show to all your participants if you did not have your camera on. In this case, I'm going to use a caricature I got at a latest conference that I was at. A little bit lower in your page, you're going to have something called your personal meeting ID or your personal link. You're going to want to go into your meeting settings, and there's going to be a link for that in there, and you can go ahead and set up a personal meeting ID with some of the specifications for that meeting. What that is used for is a long-standing meeting that does not have any kind of timing associated with it. So for instance, if you wanted to have a meeting with one of your colleagues, an ad hoc kind of situation, you're saying, hey, click that link in my email signature at 5 o'clock. And when they do that, you just know you have to be in your meeting at 5 o'clock to let them in. So it's a quick and easy way to have a long-standing meeting URL that you could use however you need. If you scroll a little bit lower down on your page, you'll see your capacity of your meeting, and you'll also see your date and time for your time zone. You want to set that up and to definitely make sure it's the right time zone. That way you're not missing meetings or people are knowing what time zone you're intending those meetings to be scheduled in. If you go back up to the top, you're going to go to the left-hand side, and we're going to finish out on talking about settings. When you go into your settings, there are going to be a slew of settings, and not enough time is here for us to go through all these with a fine-tooth comb. But I just wanted to let you know that there will be these little switches to the right of it. You're going to read through this list, and you can switch things on or off. Now, you usually will just start with doing your meetings and not even care about the settings in the beginning. But then as certain things come to your mind, you're like, I wonder if I can change this. They likely will in the settings because it is very comprehensive. I will tell you though that the settings are set up in a way that works for a new user coming to the system. There might be a few things that you want to look at in regard to security. So one of the things that I always like to do in regard to my settings is make sure I have waiting room turned on for all my meetings. What that does is, as people come to your meeting, they don't instantly get into the room. They have to sit in kind of a holding area, and then you allow them in when you're ready. There's an admit all button. There's a way that you can kind of admit the people when you're ready to do that. I like it because then I can get the stage set, so to speak, before I start my meeting, and then when I'm ready, I start admitting the folks. The other way to do it is via passcode. A passcode is just really like a password, so to speak, that you put into a area and then you just get right in the meeting. The one thing I don't particularly like about the passcode, you'll have people just showing up to your meeting when you're kind of getting prepared, and sometimes you're not ready for that. The other good side of the passcode though is that you're not having to let them in. So you're gonna have to weigh those different options and think about what is best for you. So go down that list, figure out some of the options. There's also a lot of information about recording. Recording to the cloud should be turned on by the time you're really getting into this. So again, that's going to get you ready to go for Zoom meetings and Zoom in the classroom. Enjoy this video series. Make sure you go through the various videos based off your need set. If you're looking to get into the classroom, use the levels as a starting point. Level 1, try that for your first couple sessions, and then escalate as need arises. You may already be at level 2 by the second meeting, but it may take a little bit longer to get level 3. Alright, thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.